Hello and welcome to Costa del Sol Chatter News. Lots going on the coast as usual. Well, I can happily report that the weather is going to be sunny, a little bit of cloud, but up to 17 degrees. So, I've seen people sunbathing by the pool where I am in Fuengirola. So I think I'll be down there this weekend, so topping up my tan. I've also posted up events that are going on along the coast. I always do that on a Wednesday. Please do answer that because sometimes I can't post your individual ads because I get about 50 a day. I will be hopefully going to see my friend Vicky. She's a great singer. She's going to be playing at my friend Gina's restaurant in Calahondo, so keep an eye out for that. Anyway, in good news, let's start with the good news. Syrian English reports Malaga province now has 30,000 tech workers. 21,000 are in Malaga City. I mean, we're really seeing the absolute rise of the digital nomad, and definitely something to look at property-wise for potential buyers. I've also posted up Casa Costa Property of the Week. That is a really good value, 2-bedroom, 2-bath, semi-detached house for 260,000. It's also got a really pretty courtyard, and it's in the centre of Marbella. So really take a look at that because that is really what I would consider, a bargain. Anyway, there's definitely, it's been all over social media from tomorrow, I think, till the 6th of April. There are going to be problems at the airport, various different ground force staff. It's all over the media. So please do watch if you are travelling, if any of those strikes coincide with your travel plans. And going along with that, in a bit of good news, the C1 train from Fuengirola to Malaga that goes to both Malaga Airport and Malaga Historical Centre. They've laid on more trains for Semana Santa, which is great. That's if you can get into the airport and out of the airport. Anyway, but also, just a warning as well, the Madrid to Malaga train has been partially shut down, and that will keep happening until the end of April. Anyway, Euro Weekly reminded me that the clocks moved forward on Sunday. Never like that. It always affects my sleep patterns, and I don't like to lose an hour of sleep, but hey ho, here we go. Just another thing I wanted to say was please beware over this whole Easter period of scams, okay? Really avoid strangers. There's lots of scams going on the coast, particularly like they're doing things like flat tire, pointing out flat tires, and you've got a flat tire and then stealing your valuables. Also, women, want to give you flowers and distract you, steal your wallet. A lot of these scams, though they're common thievery, I would call it, do happen, especially over holiday periods. And I would call them distraction scams. So, just have eyes in the back of your head and be just very vigilant with strangers for adults and especially for children. Anyway, on to my favourite subject. Iran has said Spain has safe passage through the Strait of Hormuz. Sanchez, our Prime Minister, made an impassioned speech last night regarding the war, which he said was absurd, illegal, and cruel. However, watching Trump I mean, he keeps U-turning and he keeps contradicting himself. And in fact, even the TV presenters or the people that I'm watching, we're all a little bit confused. One in particular was sort of incredible. He said, there are no leaders in Iran, but we are negotiating with the right ones. You know, we don't know with him, but I mean, my problem is, perhaps not a lot of people realise, I mean, I lived in America for 8-9 years and studied there. The 82nd Airborne Division has been deployed to Iran. Now, these aren't paratroopers that you mess with. They're interested in forcible entry onto territory. This is really worrying, not only for American lives, but for an absolute escalation of this war. So let's see what happens in the coming days. You never know what Trump's saying, whether it's true or it's not. I think he's starting to worry now. As I mentioned last week, the Save America Act is his biggest problem right now, and because effectively he's going to lose a lot of votes in the midterm elections in November. He is trying every legal loophole to try and make sure that there's absolutely no mail-in ballots, when in fact himself and his son have all done the same. But really keep an eye out for that, because the American voters do not want boots on the ground in Iran, that's for sure. His approval rating currently is hanging around 36%. The lowest rating Bush had was 32, so he's nearing a very, very low approval rating. Keep an eye on that anyway. It is important to Spain because, as Pedro Sanchez says, it all affects our wallets in the end. Anyway, on to Chattercretin and Chatterchuckle, and would you believe a US president doesn't feature in either of them? Now, for Chattercretin of the week, a 27-year-old Polish man who was twice over the legal limit, didn't have a driving license, took over a school bus in, I think it was San Pedro, and crashed into a toll infrastructure. Okay, well, got caught by the Guardia Civil. Let's see what sort of penalty he got. Thankfully, there were no children in the bus, or else it would be my top screaming headline. Anyway, for Chatterchuckle, I really love this one. I want to make sure that I get it right. A 37-year-old Thai woman married 2 Austrian men at the same wedding ceremony. Now, polygamy is not legal there, but they had a wedding ceremony that was, culturally and socially exactly like a wedding ceremony would be, and obviously they're going to live together. The bride says, marry one nobody remembers, marry 2 at once, and they will. Well, all I can say to her is, expect the toilet seat to be up for the rest of your life. Have a fantastic Easter, and it's goodbye from me.